चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं without wasting a time. In the last video we have seen that how we can configure the VLAN pool with the help of Terraform. So in this video we are going further. So here we have a code. In the first block here we are defining the information related to the provider. Okay, so we have a provider is the ACI who is providing the resource and where we want to do the configuration. And here I have defined the APIC URL and username and password which is required to authenticate to the APIC. And after that, this is the old code which we have used in the last video also to create the VLAN pool on the ACI with the help of Terraform. So here we have a resource name. Resource name is ACI VLAN pool, and here we are defining the object name infra. So this subject here in this reference, this infra name will be used by Terraform in the Terraform state file, and this name is equal to where define infra. So this with this name, this VLAN pooler will be created in the ACI fabric. Okay, here we put in the description and allocation mode. Two or more variable I'm defining. In the below side here we're using the Terraform resource AC underscore range. Okay, in the range we are defining a VLAN range, VLAN 100 to VLAN 200. We are going to create it, and we have this VLAN domain underscore DN. So ultimately it's referring the object which we have created here, ACI VLAN pool, ACI VLAN pool dot infra dot ID. So from this variable it will get the VLAN pool DN value. Okay, below that we are defining a physical domain now. Okay, we have to configure the physical domain. So we have taken the resource name ACI physical domain, and this is the name which will be the reference for the Terraform file, and this is the name is equal to file which is going to configure the ACI. Okay, like in the physical domain we have seen in the GUI configuration, in the physical domain we have to attach the VLAN pool. So we are using this relation infra rs VLAN ns. So it's taking the reference of ACI VLAN pool dot infra which we have created here in the website. Okay, it's taking the reference from here. Okay, if I close this code block, let me close this. Okay, so here you, so now you can see that ACI VLAN dot pool dot infra dot id. So it's taking the reference. Similar way here we are getting the AEP we are creating, and resource is the ACI attachable entity profile, and this is the reference object name for the Terraform. And here you put in the description, this is the name for the actual name we'll be pushing in the ACI config. And here we are again creating the relation because in the AEP also we need to attach the physical domain. So we mentioned the ACI physical domain dot physical domain infra dot id. So this object I am referring here with this name, and this name dot id with the help I am referring here. Okay, so this is the similar way we can do this one. So here we are attaching the AEP with the physical domain, and this is another way where we can attach the AEP with the physical domain. So this code is not required. So let me. So let's jump for the pushing the code to the ACI. So here in the C drive, I have saved that main.tf file. Here it is, and this is the terraform.exe file which we have downloaded to run the Terraform utility on this laptop. Okay, on the system. So we will see. We will once we push the configuration to the ACI fabric, we will again see. You will find the two or three more file. One with the provider. Once we'll initiate the Terraform init command to Terraform, will download the provider, and we'll also take the Terraform will make the Terraform state file in this folder once we push the configuration. So here we are. Let me first bring the Terraform init. This is the first command we have to run. So this command will initialize the Terraform, and Terraform will install the required provider. So it's in finding the DevNet. This is here you're finding the required provider version which you mentioned in the code, and after that installing this provider. Okay, once the is done, after that we need to plan Terraform plan. Okay, the Terraform plan. Terraform will look into the code and we'll see what are the things here need to create. So here we can see that Terraform will perform the following actions. Okay, first it will create the AEP profile. After it will go to the physical domain. Okay, after that it will create the relation between them. Here is creating the range and VLAN pool. Okay, normally it's giving the message also. We did not use the plan out option, so we should use this way dash out option. Okay, and my plan.tf. Let me save this plan, my tf file, my plan.tf. Okay, this way what will happen is this has saved the plan to my file, my plan.tf. Okay, now with this same command we can apply the terraform apply, and after that we have to give our file name, so it will apply. Let's do it. Terraform apply, and then I give the my file name where the plan is saved, my plan.tf. I run this command terraform. So you can see that you push the configuration, apply complete, 4 resources were added, 0 change, 0 destroyed, and with the only 4 resources given, ACI Vlan pool was the one resource. Okay, physical domain second, AAEP third. Okay, and this range one is the fourth. Let's go to the ACI fabric. Here we on the ACI fabric. Let's go to the fabric access policy. In the access policy, first check the VLAN pool should be there. Here you can see that we have created the infra static allocation, and this small icon, the Terraform symbol mark, you can also see here. These are the config changes pushed by the Terraform. After that, let's check for the physical domain also. In the physical domain, here also you can see that this little mark, physical domain. Okay, and in the policy, in the global policy, we'll find the AAEP is pushed by the Terraform. So AAEP. We check if I click on the AAEP, here we can, this is the relation object. We have called the AAEP, under the AAEP physical domain is attached. In similar way, like we see in the VLAN, we have an attachment with the VLAN pool and physical domain. And similarly, we check for the physical domain. In the physical domain, we will find the relation with the VLAN. In the last video, already shown about the VLAN pool and VLAN page on the ACI resource name. Let's jump to the Terraform side. We will refer these resources. First, the physical domain resource, ACI physical domain, and these objects. And second is the AEP resource name and their relation. Let's jump to the site. So this is the Terraform site from where we are on the page of the ACI provider. Okay. From this use, I have to click on the use provider. So from here, I got the provider block where I put this configuration devnet, and after the provider ACI, I put the credential, username, password, and APIC URL. And after I go to the documentation. In the documentation, as we have to do the fabric access policy configuration. So we can go under the access policy. Here we search for the first physical domain. We search for the physical domain. Here when we are looking for the resources, I click the resources. From here I got the resource name physical domain. Okay. Here we can reference the argument reference. Correct name we have defined notion you can read. So here is the relation object which help us to create the relation of the physical domain with the VLAN pool. And similar way, I have searched for the AEP. So here we have an data. So this is the so application profile. We need to search application. No access. Sorry, no application profile. No, we want access entity profile. Okay. So here it is ACI attachable access entity profile. So from here I got the code, and here is the relation which we have mentioned with the physical domain. Here is the relation infra domain. AEP equal to the domain and physical domain equal to the VLAN. Are on the C drive where which we have checked the earlier file. Earlier there was only two files related to Terraform, which was the one was the main TF where the code is we have put, and second is the terraform.exe file, okay, which is the software downloaded to run the Terraform. So after applying the config the ACI fabric, Terraform created this file. Okay, one is the Terraform state file. For this we have discussed in the last time also. This is the state file which Terraform refer. Once you push the config changes or compare the changes what the changes required on the ACI fabric. So if you apply the same change again, so Terraform will compare these changes with Terraform state file and running change in the ACI fabric, and after that it will push the incremental change if the change required or not. Okay. So for this file can be at the local machine also, or can be saved in the remote location, like on the S3 bucket we can save. That can be the helpful. So in the, if you look on the state file, it's version the state number at every time you run the command, push the new changes, this version number will be updated. And in the Terraform state file, you able to see that what are the objects are running on the ACI, like in API infra. This is the AEP we have configured. And this is physical domain is running. Okay, the multiple things are in the Terraform state file. And this is the myplan.tf as Terraform required while pushing the config, by pushing the changes, by saving the Terraform plan. So that plan needs to be saved in the file. So this file we have created while running the command Terraform plan. So that plan I've saved in the this file. Okay. So this is for the Terraform system file. Okay. Some system file Terraform download Terraform log.hcl, and these are the .terraform. Here the Terraform have download the provider. While we have run the Terraform init, Terraform will download the provider file for the required provider. Like in our case, provider was the ACI. So particular version Terraform download, like in the window files. Here is downloaded the Terraform provider ACI specific provider, ACI specific file.